Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner, 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast.
Today marks Cars' 20th anniversary, and I tried to make a video about the movie and why it was so meaningful to me, like a proper video essay. But for the life of me, I couldn't do it. I tried, and it just wouldn't work. So, still to honor Cars' 20th anniversary, I want to just sit here and just gush about one of my favorite movies of all time. Because I can't do a video essay, like a proper one. So let's just talk about it. I don't have a script for this video or anything, so if it sounds like I'm rambling, I probably am. But I don't know, I just want to give like an authentic discussion about this film and what it means to me as a person and what it means for and how much it impacted my life. Like, for starters, this movie is one of the few reasons my music taste is mostly consistent of just rock and metal music. Like, granted, Cars never really had metal associated with it much, but it was always because it was always punk rock usually, like skater punk, like emo rock kind of stuff in like the video games and whatnot. But usually it was rock, and I kind of thank this movie for kind of getting me into rock music, because if it wasn't for this, I probably wouldn't like the bands I like to this day. Granted, they're a little bit heavier, like Bullet for My Valentine, Black Veil Brides, Linkin Park, etc. That shit's more heavier. That stuff's more heavier, but at the same time, I do thank Cars for getting me interested in rock music. But not only have I realized that Cars has impacted my music taste, it also impacted the types of characters I like. Lightning McQueen, for example, at the start of the movie, and you can also put this with Chick Hicks as well, they're kind of these lovable asshole kind of characters, and characters nowadays I like for example Jason Todd, Shadow the Hedgehog, even Tengen Uzui, are all characters that kind of can be described like that too. Sure, there's other aspects to them, but that is also a key factor of their personalities. But one of the biggest impacts that Cars had on me during my childhood and going into my teen years and whatnot was Cars got me interested into animation. Cars wasn't the only one that got me interested in animation. It was kind of just all of Pixar's catalog of movies at that time, like Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., and whatnot. But not just Pixar, but DreamWorks as well at the time, like with How to Train Your Dragon and Megamind. Those two movies specifically also playing just as much of an impact like Cars did. But with Cars, I would always go into the bonus features to see how these movies were made. Like, had they get the racing details correct, or had they get the landscaping, and so on and so forth. And not just with Cars 1, but Cars 2, and kind of with 3. And it was because of stuff like this that, for the longest time, my dream goal in life was to work at Pixar Animation Studios. It was to, but then ultimately became to wanting to make my own series and make my own characters, tell my own stories, and now I have been doing that. Hell, because of all of that, I made a character who is modeled after McQueen, or based off of Lightning McQueen, rather. And he's named after him as well, named Monty, taking straight from McQueen's real name in the Cars movies and universe. Now, I want to get a little bit more real here with all this. This movie has been a comfort series for me for pretty much the entirety of my life. It's been my go-to for if I need a pick-me-up or just feeling nostalgic, or whenever I'm feeling down, I just turn on Cars 1. And if it's not the movie, I'd play one of the many different Cars games like International, Race-O-Rama, or Cars 2. I'd play any of that just to brighten my day up in any way, shape, or form. There was one time where I just stayed in my room, tried to stay away from, quite frankly, just the living arrangements that were going on in my house at that time. And I just stayed in my room, and just as a way to cheer myself up, I turned on my GameCube, booted up Cars 1, and just listened to music and just drove around Radiator Springs' hub world. Not anything grandiose, didn't do any missions, just drove around. And while I'm playing and just driving around, it was just comforting. It was just nice to just be in a world where I can just distract myself from all the negative stuff that's just going on in my life at that time. And Cars will forever always be one of my de facto franchises for that. Of course, I have my other ones, like Spider-Man will be comforting for me. Batman with specifically Robin, or the Sonic series, or Skate the Infinity. They're all up there too. But Cars was consistently the franchise I've always gone back to, whether for feeling nostalgic or just to brighten up my day. I'd always tune back in to Radiator Springs to see Lightning McQueen and all the townies, just to put a smile on my face. So thank you, Cars. Thank you for being a part of my life for the past 20 years.
Ka-chow!